Hi, it's Jamie, Progressive's Employee of the Month, 2 months in a row. Leave a message at the... Hi, Jamie. It's me, Jamie. I just had a new idea for our song about the Name Your Price tool. So when it's like, tell us what you want to pay, hey, 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 and the trombone goes, blah, 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 and you say, we'll help you find coverage options to fit your budget. Then we just all do finger snaps while a choir goes, savings coming at ya, savings coming at ya. Yes? No? Maybe? Anyway, see you practice tonight. I got new lyrics for the rap break.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Hello, Wildcats. It's your boy Kev, just coming at you like a fucking spin jammer frisbee that those two guys with no shirts on at the park are throwing it, where they only catch it underneath their legs and between their legs because they're trick frisbee players, and they're also getting laid the same amount as all the guys in the Brothers Commonplace. So this is just a disclaimer to let you know that we are a comedy and crime podcast. So even though we do cover many serious cases and true events, we do like to throw in some dark humor and inappropriate jokes every now and then. So if you're not a fan of mixing comedy and crime, then you will not like this podcast. But we do appreciate it that you checked us out and gave us a chance. And also for this episode, if you are super easily offended, I would either skip this one or fast forward like the first 5 minutes. And then we do like to rant a little bit at the very end about some, I forget, I think we talk about laundry detergent or something. But anyways, thank you all for listening. Be good, stay safe, and laugh at the dark stuff. Hashtag Wildman, baby. Yeah. You like my ass? Gee, thanks. Just farted.
I see it. I like it. I want it.
All right, fellas, like we practiced.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4.
Come on down. Come on down. Hanging with the brothers tonight, yeah. Come on down to the Brothers Commonplace tonight.
Alrighty, welcome everyone to the Brothers Commonplace, a comedy and crime podcast where we cover monsters, murders, mysteries, and more. And before we jump into today's crazy topic, I want y'all to meet all my good, sweet Brothers Commonplace brothers.
Ooh, I love that. What's going on, guys? This is Tim, or as they call me when I was an X-Men, Fagnito.
Oh, yeah, dude. Just before we move on, Tim, what kind of powers did you have?
Oh, let's just say me and Toof hung out a lot. Basically all I had.
I'm trying to think of one. Toof, you want to go?
Hey everybody, this is Toof, Tim's X-Man partner, or as they used to call me, Gambitch.
You guys were unstoppable.
All I did was take metal playing cards, and Tim would force them in my ass.
Like I said, all it did in the past tense when we still continue to do that every day.
Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Spence, and I guess my X-Men name was Wolva Queer.
Oh, come on.
Yes.
And it's your boy Kev, a.k.a. the Dirty Dog, and I don't have an X-Men name, I'm sorry. I don't really have a nickname, but I did recently remember the grossest thing that I've ever heard. So I was going to go ahead and repeat that to let you guys know what it is exactly. So if you
Were you listening to Amy Schumer on Netflix?
If you do have any young children listening, or you don't, or if you just eaten recently, don't listen. But we used to work with this girl, which is pretty much how all of our stories start now, I guess.
Mostly, yeah.
Picture like a heavy-set Southern girl. All right, she's white, but she's pretty chubby. She has cornrows as well.
I know where this is going.
She has a baby-sized face on an adult head. And then me and Tim were just we're at work and we overhear this. Actually, my boyfriend prefers to have sex with me when I'm pregnant. He says my pussy's warmer.
What?
Yeah.
Supposed to.
It was the most disgusting thing I've ever heard in my life.
It was pretty fucking bad, yeah. She was also a complete bitch.
Yeah, that's what made it worse. She's always pregnant and chain smoking.
Oh.
I don't think she ever had that kid. It was just forever in there. Like she was shoving it back inside so she could smoke more with it in there.
I don't need Planned Parenthood for abortions. I can do them myself.
Hey guys, let's not talk too much trash about my mom. But I mean,
all right, you guys really want to know my X-Men name?
we do,
yeah.
yes.
Let me Google X-Men characters.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, oh, you want to know my X-Men name? It's Toad. The lamest piece of shit.
I thought that was because the last time you got an STD, your dick had so many bumps on it, people thought a toad pissed on it.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh, shit. Alrighty, Wildcats, it's time to take a trip down to Fox Lake, Illinois, and discuss a wee bit of a mystery, sort of. So that will become much clearer soon. But yes, today we are discussing the death of Charles Joseph Gliniewicz. I think that's how you pronounce it. Gliniewicz.
I really don't have a joke.
That's why I couldn't
on
use
that
that
one.
joke earlier.
Sounds like a witch that lives out in a forest and like lures little children to their doom.
It kind of does, yeah.
It reminds me, because I can't think of the guy's name, but the dude in Parks and Rec, Charles Joseph Gliniewicz, whatever the fuck his
like
name
Mark
is.
Brandanowitz.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So this case,
What's his last name? How do you spell that?
it's Gliniewicz.
Got it.
Gliniewicz.
I'll go with whatever you say.
So I just want to say thank you to everyone for all your suggestions. We're going to be doing another full month of suggestions sometime soon. Some of the ones that we did receive, they were some bigger cases, so I think we're going to wait for more of like a milestone episode, like episode 100. That is not too far away, actually. I think we'll cover one of these suggestions that was a bigger case.
So Spence just pulled up the wiki, and I'm just wondering, when did you guys get a picture of me smoking a cigarette?
Hey, do you want to read what his shirt says?
It looks like it says, "I jump out of planes and kill people."
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Holy shit, it's definitely me.
#Wildman.
#Wildman.
I'll say Kevin was telling me we got a lot of suggestions for the show. He said half of them were ideas of what to do, and the other half were just kill yourself suggestions.
So this case, it isn't really a mystery anymore, but it was for a couple of months after it first happened. So before we jump the gun, we're going to talk a little bit about where the place where it all went down, which is Fox Lake, Illinois. So Fox Lake, it is a village in Lake County, Illinois. It has a population of around 10,500 or so. And after looking at areavibes.com and checking out some of the stats for the village, one thing that really stuck out was that they have a grade of D+ for cost of living, a D in employment, a D- in weather, and then an F in schooling.
Oh, nice.
So, sounds like if anyone asks like where all of us collectively are probably from, it sounds like this place.
Yeah,
I thought you were just going to say that's where all the members of Slipknot came from.
Oh, and they actually have an A+ in this category, having a fucking useless clown drummer. There we go.
Fucking clown shoes.
So it doesn't really sound like that great of a place, but who knows? Maybe it's actually kick-ass and awesome, because I am just basing this off of this case and also areavibes.com, but it could be pretty good.
And just kind of the picture of this guy.
So before we go on to the case, our main sources were CNN, Daily Herald, NPR, USA Today. Pretty much every popular news source has something about this case. So, all right, before we jump into it, you guys got anything you want to mention?
Fake news. It's all fake news.
Fake news. China.
China. I took my penis and I put it in her vagina.
It's just, why are people getting upset? It's just locker room talk.
Home Alone. Right down the left and fuck her in the pussy.
Fuck her in the pussy.
Or grab her by the pussy. Grab her by the pussy.
So alrighty, so first off, we have our main guy in the story. His name is Charles Joseph Gliniewicz, and he was born August 25th, 1963 in Libertyville, Illinois. Libertyville just sounds to me like, come on down to Libertyville fucking Chevrolet.
I used to live in Deathville, USA.
Oh.
That's because I only had a choice of give me Libertyville or give me Deathville.
So Gliniewicz, his nickname to everyone around town was G.I. Joe, because our dude, he has a pretty impressive military history, and we're going to touch on that in a minute. And then this next part, most of this information we took from his obituary, word for word. So, spoiler alert, this dude does die. So, alrighty, as far as his obituary goes, he graduated from Antioch Community High School. I probably didn't pronounce that right. And he went on to earn his bachelor's and master's degree from Capelin University. He also proudly served in the U.S. Army from 1981 to 2007, where he earned numerous service awards, including Meritorious Service Medal, Army Commendation Medal, Army Achievement Medal, Army Reserve Components Achievement Medal, National Defense Service Medal, Humanitarian Service Medal, Basic Parachutist Badge, Air Assault Badge, and the Drill Sergeant Badge.
Wow.
So, sounds like he's fucking me in Pokemon Red, dude, with all those goddamn badges.
Dude, it honestly, like, if you look at his picture, it looks like he probably only has, like, a bachelor's degree in drinking Busch Light and playing cornhole.
I know, dude. Or if, like, he was in Cub Scouts and he earned a badge just for fucking smoking his cigarette out of a beer can. He's like, you are a fucking inventor, my friend.
He just looks kind of like Bill Burr to me.
Yeah, I hate his haircut. He has like it looks like a mohawk in a way, but it's just like a patch. I don't know.
It looks like that picture, that rock that's in Australia. Just that big red flat rock. You know what I'm talking about? That's what his haircut looks like.
This guy looks like he would be wearing fingerless gloves that are also like webbed to be like shark gloves.
Oh,
have you seen those?
Definitely.
Doesn't he look like he'd be wearing those?
Oh, yeah. The only reason that we can't see that is because you can't see that in the picture, but he's definitely wearing those for sure.
Wait, this guy's a fucking hero. What are we doing talking shit about him? He's a fucking hero. On February 18th, 1989, he married Melody Resetter. I don't know, who gives a shit. Joe had been serving on the Fox Lake Police Department since 1985. He worked many different assignments, including K-9 officer, field training officer, and a member of the SWAT team. And like I said, this is all from his obituary, like word for word.
He's been doing it since when?
Since 1985.
1985.
And he
rocked out in Nam.
Oh, hell yes. Hell yes.
Not a big not drinking beer fan. So Joe, he was promoted to sergeant and then to his current position of lieutenant. He was also part of the Fox Lake Police Explorer Post 300, and in 1987 he became head of the post. That sounds like a fucking super new printer, like in the 80s. Like, oh, you're gonna love this Fox Lake Police Explorer Post 300. You can fact shit on it.
Oh yeah. Or it sounds like a club that Calvin and Hobbes would be part of.
Holy shit, dude. Calvin Hobbes was awesome.
Who's the guy that starred in Waterworld?
Kevin Costner.
Like, what was the one thing called? The Post 300?
Oh, yeah. Oh, shit, what is it?
The end of it, you said, was like the Post 300. It sounds like something that Kevin Costner's always wanted to be. You know, I fancy myself to be an actor, but really I just wanted to be the Post 300.
Remember when they find out that they look at his ears, like, he's got fucking gills, and then they pull down his pants, like, he doesn't even have nuts. That's not even funny. I didn't have a joke. It's just that he didn't have any nuts.
Holy shit,
exactly
he's another
how it
brother.
happened in the
He's
movie.
another brother. And then he throws him in a cage with us.
Hey, look at this little dick. The water's not even cold. He must be a member of the Brothers Commonplace.
Throw him in the cage with Andrew.
So he looks
Throw him
huge.
in the leather suit with Andrew.
Hey, throw him in the nude cage with Andrew so he looks like he's fucking hung like a goddamn elephant.
Hey, just quickly attach him onto the human centipede there with Andrew.
Oh, fuck yeah. We're trying to build that, guys.
So far, we've had a human centipede of one, and it's just Andrew.
We somehow taped this mount to his own ass.
There's this one super secret mission that I went on one time. I was eating pulled pork, right?
Nice.
And after I was done eating that, I had to put on a wig and secretly try and get Andrew a date so I can give him a blowjob because there wasn't a toothpick in my house small enough to get the pulled pork out of the back of my teeth.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
So you know the case we covered in the Canadian Greyhound bus case?
Yeah.
That Asian dude? I had
Yeah.
a joke that I had written in it that I didn't tell, but it was just that like the Asian guy in Human Centipede was based on that dude, but I didn't think it'd be funny. So, okay, where were we?
What was it like starring in that, by the way, Kevin?
I was broke, dude. I needed money. They're like, hey, you get the shit in some girl's mouth. I was like, all right, sign me up.
You're like, I don't even need to know how much money.
To show him I could do it, we sent in like a homemade video of just me and my dad, but he had a wig on, and we just duct taped his mouth to my ass and crawled around the floor.
And then afterwards, he like looked at the camera. He's like, then that's the last time I'll watch the Cleveland Indians this year.
So, Joe, as far as that Fox Lake Police Explorer Post 300 thing goes, he was dedicated to the training of kids that were aged 14 to 21 to enter a career in law enforcement. He also had huge success with the program. He earned multiple awards and accolades in various states and countrywide competitions. He implemented regional Explorer training events, including Explorer SWAT course, Sniper course, and Explorer Basic Training Academy, and received international attention for all his hard work with the post. He has seen hundreds of explorers that he trained enter into law enforcement and military careers throughout this program. Joe was well known and deeply loved by the Fox Lake community. He was a hard worker who poured his heart and soul into everything he did.
Training kids from 14 to 21 kind of sounds like R. Kelly.
Dude, did you see he had 11 new counts added yesterday?
I don't know who has more, R. Kelly getting more counts or your dad getting more accounts, email accounts.
I was going to say, did you say 11 new accounts? Was he Kevin Durant?
So, yeah, it sounds like Joe's doing a lot of good work with this program. I mean, he's helping out kids, helping them enter into law enforcement. So he's just like help training them and stuff, doing a lot of good work. And he sounds like a fucking bona fide hero and an all-around badass and hashtag Wildman. So.
Hashtag Wildman, for sure.
And then also, whenever Joe was in high school, he spent 2 years at the Chicago area's Marmion Military Academy. And then after that, that's when he enlisted in the Army for 4 years. And then right after that is when he joined the Fox Lake Police Department in April of 1985. So he started off doing military training, then went in the Army, and then he went back to being a police officer. But I think he did like some sort of military stuff always off and on, like maybe the National Guard or something possibly.
I think he's in the reserves.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's what I meant, not National Guard. And then a little bit more on that Explorers program. And this is just a quote on it. Gliniewicz long led his department's Explorers program, which gives youths aspiring into careers in law enforcement an up-close experience. Authorities say he trained more than 1,000 youth in the program, with some 70% of graduates having pursued military or police work.
Wow.
So that's fucking 700 kids that he helped get into this shit. So
He seems like a good dude, and I feel like it's going to like turn around at some point in the podcast.
we wouldn't do that, Tim. You don't think fucking Charles Joseph Gliniewicz would turn into a douche, do you? You saw his picture.
That's true.
Yeah, you make it sound like all our podcasts are like M. Night Shyamalan movies or
I
something.
know. I apologize, guys.
Dude,
That was wrong on my part.
They're nothing like M. Night Shyamalan. I can't even say his name. They're nothing like M. Night Shyamalan movies. Wait a second. I see this case. It's in my closet. It's trapped in there. Charles Joseph Gliniewicz can't get out of the closet. Thank God.
I see this case is on video. Oh wait, an alien just walked by. Does anybody? Can anybody do the Joaquin Phoenix like whoa when he sees the alien? Vamonos children. That's a good scene.
So, all right. So, anything before we move on to the actual incident that we're going to be covering for this?
No, I don't think so. I want to hear this.
You there, Toof?
What does Charles what does Charles always have to replace in his candles?
What?
The Gliniewicz. That's why I was silent. I was thinking of that.
Fuck yeah, dude.
All
Hey,
right.
what's his favorite team in New York?
The Wicks.
What is it, Spencer?
I don't know. You tell me.
Fucking Wicks.
Probably the Mets.
Holy shit.
So, alrighty. So, this incident, it happens on September 1st, 2005. So, a little bit more background. During the time of this date, Gliniewicz, he is 52 years old. He is married, and he has 4 sons. And also, he is just 1 month away from retiring.
You gonna talk about his band?
Yeah, you want to mention that, Primo?
Yeah, the Dixie Wicks. Oh my!
Oh yeah.
I take that back.
Mary and Wanda were the best of friends all through their high school days. We ripped up
my
a
God.
picture of fucking George W. Bush. Now no one comes to see our fucking shows.
That fucking band is the worst band ever.
Run away, all our fans, because we ripped up that picture of W eating that pretzel.
They are actually probably worse than fucking Hoobastank, and that's bad.
I mean, it'd be a good battle, dude.
Yeah, I would actually like to see that battle.
Well, I mean, Hoobastank came out with that new song, I've been crawling in the dark because we can't pay the electric bill. So, Kev, is this Charles guy kind of like Jupiter? He has 4 sons.
Oh my god!
Shut
Holy
the
shit, Jesus,
fuck
dude.
up.
Dude, man.
That doesn't even fucking make sense. There's only one sun in our solar system.
So speaking of retiring, to make this even more action movie retiring cop-like, the day before this incident, Joe, he had met with the mayor to discuss his retirement plans and to make sure that the Explorer program was going to go on without him after he retired.
Dude, knowing the punchline of this story, it's a pretty funny twist on the retiring cop story.
Yeah. And yeah, he's just 1 month away from blowing out his retirement cupcake.
Yeah, did anybody have that with them?
Which, if you get that reference and you're an old school T-Bro C fan, that is from a movie we made called Chili Cartel, which I was informed has been taken off YouTube.
Why?
Probably
We did
'cause
everything
music.
correctly.
Yeah,
Wait a
whatever.
minute.
Whatever. Go ahead and take it off because it'd be the most popular freaking video ever.
I'm investigating.
we got too popular. My guess is because we used about 40 copyrighted songs in it. So Joseph, he was in great shape. He was standing at 5'11" and 160 pounds, so he's pretty lean. However, he did smoke too much, which that after you see his picture, it probably wouldn't surprise you at all. And he had early pulmonary emphysema.
What is emphysema?
It's the smoking thing, basically. It's like a lung disease.
I thought that was the name of some emperor in like Brazil or something way back in the days. Aztec.
I mean, there's a high chance that that's also true.
Yeah, it actually is true because in the Aztecs, they used to get their emperor's name by they would always start off calling him emperor, but they would shorten it and then add in whatever their favorite drink was.
I already fucking knew that was coming, Zima. I fucking knew that was coming. So yeah, when I was, because I'm immortal, and when I was an emperor, it was Emperor Bud Ice.
Mine was Emperor Cheerwine.
I was gonna say yours was Emperor Appletini.
So it is Tuesday morning. Joseph, he is on his way to work, and he is riding there in his police cruiser that he was driving the night before, and he had taken it home with him. And then Joseph, he notices 3 suspicious people. 2 of those being white males, and 1 being a black male.
So he noticed one suspicious person.
So he's like, yeah, I got 3 suspicious people. Like, well, can you give us a description, Joseph? He's like, well, 2 of them are somewhat suspicious. 1 is just really, really suspicious. And then the radio officer is like, we got 2 white males and a black man.
Fuck yeah.
But yeah, so Joseph, he said that he was apprehending them near an abandoned cement factory and that they were on foot. And even though he was early in the morning on his way to work, Joseph was the type of officer that, quote, considered himself on duty as soon as he rolled into town. So I don't believe he was actually officially on duty yet. Maybe he was, but they made it sound like he was on his way to work.
Yeah, he made a call to his best friend. Do you guys talk about that?
You want to mention that? I was going to play the audio from it, but...
Well, I don't know if we have the audio. I just know his best friend was George Zimmerman.
Oh, Jesus.
The way he rolls in the town, he reminds me of Sheriff Tommy Pickles.
So, Chili Cartel was blocked from anyone viewing on YouTube because it contains the song Push It by Salt and Pepper.
Oh, shit.
bitches.
Which means they recently, or whoever owns them recently changed it so that they don't allow videos. All the other songs, which, by the way, the soundtrack for that movie is
incredible.
Techno Syndrome from Mortal Kombat, Someone Like You by Adele, Gay Bar by Electric Six, The Final Countdown by Europe, and Personality by Lil Dicky.
Which is the best one.
All of which are okay with our video, but Push It by Salt and Pepper is not allowed.
It's because they saw the Linda Carlini scene from the movie Grandma's Boy.
We can probably just wait them out, honestly. We just have to let AIDS get the rest of them.
Oh, Toof.
Wait, no, that's TLC. Shit.
Okay,
TLC
well, that
didn't
one
die from AIDS.
One of those was a plane crash, too.
She died in a car wreck.
I thought it was a plane crash.
No, it was a car. It was a Jeep.
Oh.
I thought
never
Andrew
mind.
was going to sleep with them.
No, that was me.
No, don't you remember they said no scrubs?
Holy shit. Now you have to keep that.
So next, Lieutenant Gliniewicz, he makes his first call about the three suspects at around 7:52 a.m. This is when he stated that he saw these three suspicious people and that he is in hot pursuit after them. And then 3 minutes after this call, he would call in again requesting backup. And the backup units, they would arrive at around 8:01 a.m., just 9 minutes after the backup call is placed. So 9 minutes later, they watched the CM Punk. Never mind, I was going to say they watched the CM Punk fight a couple times then.
Do we have the exact location of where he made the call from? Like where the abandoned plant is?
Negative. I know they kind of, I mean, they know where his car was parked and where they find the next scene, but I don't know exactly where he called from.
Imagine watching us getting ready to watch the CM Punk fight, and as soon as the bell rings, you accidentally sneeze. I'd be so fucking mad that I missed the whole thing.
Actually, Spence, remind me in like 5 minutes, if I don't mention it, to talk about his location.
What am I, the Remind Me bot from Reddit?
Yes, you are.
To talk about what? Sorry.
His location.
The location.
The location.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I jumped the gun on that, didn't I?
You're also attractive.
I'm like that kid who reads ahead in the book, like during the week at school.
Oh, yeah.
Like everyone's supposed to read the book and be at chapter 3 today, but Johnny is already at chapter 8.
And you got to do it for Johnny, dude.
Let's do it for Johnny.
So the backup units, they show up. They find his cruiser parked outside in like around a wooded area. And then 50 yards away from the cruiser, at 8:09 a.m., they find the body of Joseph Gliniewicz with 2 bullet holes. One is in the front of his bulletproof vest, and then the next shot is between the vest and the plate carrier. And then one more thing, the officer's service weapon was missing from the scene. Or so they thought. It is mentioned in some articles and some places mentioned that his gun was missing because it was for about an hour, but then they found it like 3 feet away from him. So I don't know how they couldn't find that for an hour.
They must not have looked very much then.
I'll say, I wonder if they followed the George Zimmerman motto, this is my rifle, this is my gun. Fuck. I pull the trigger if I want to have some fun. Okay, delete that shit.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Leave it in.
And then also next to Joe's body was a shell casing.
Smoking Joe.
So some sources, like I said, don't even mention the part that the gun was there, but it was missing for like an hour. But the officers that found him, they quickly radio in, send everybody you possibly can, officer is down.
Maybe the gun was in his butt.
Sounds like my Friday night.
Wait, if the gun was in his butt, does that mean the unit was in his butt?
Oh. Now here's a quote from Chicago Tribune. Within a matter of minutes, hundreds of heavily armed law enforcement officials were deployed to the area. Soon the village of about 10,000 would be declared a no-fly zone, and the whole community was effectively locked down. And suddenly Fox Lake would be the center of national attention.
Did they put their fists in the air?
What do you mean?
Oh, I just thought they were really big Disturbed fans. 10,000 fists in the air.
Oh.
All right, so you guys need to be ready to just shut my mic off. But no fly zone, what they do, put us some sticky paper.
Oh, yeah. They finally got him.
Like, yeah, you didn't notice? Next to his dead body, we put a little dish of vinegar down there.
What is this? The timeline where Biff wins? No McFly zone.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
The best timeline.
I actually had another question though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. So if the gun was in his butt,
We're going back to that.
and if a gun is an arm, because like the right to bear arms,
Yeah.
then does having a gun in your butt, is that the same thing as like getting fisted?
Oh shit.
I-
I'm
your
gonna,
butt.
I'm gonna go ahead and say yes.
Like he had an arm in his butt.
I
That would
also
that would explain things that I've done plenty of times.
I also have a question. If the butt of the gun was inside the butt of the officer,
Wow.
does that
This
mean
is like gun buttception.
does that mean the culprit was Exhibit in West Coast Customs?
Wait. Was there a GameCube found in his ass?
Yo, what up? It's X is the Exhibit. We heard that your truck wasn't really running, the engine don't work, so we put a GameCube controller in your pussy.
We had to take that baby out though.
No, now the pussy's gonna get cold again.
Yeah, we took the
Oh,
baby out, but there
no.
is a GameCube now.
So back to that quote from the Chicago Tribune. Stephanie Altman, a Fox Lake resident since childhood, she was at home that morning when she and her family heard sirens. She then flipped on the television and stayed glued to it for the rest of the day as the news unfolded. Quote, as the day went on, the more intense it got. The paranoia set in that there was a cop killer on the loose, and it was hyped up by the news reports and the helicopters. Nothing like this had ever happened in little old Fox Lake, and everybody knew Gliniewicz.
Fox Lake is like a really like gerrymandered place. If you look at it on Google Maps here.
I looked at it a little bit. Like, how far is it from Chicago, did it say?
Not very. Not
Okay.
very. We could maybe go pay a visit to Fox Lake if we wanted to.
Oh,
when
that
we
is
go to
true.
that conference.
But are we gonna want to though?
Probably not.
Yeah.
No, but we could. Hey, here's the deal. If we get any listeners from Fox Lake who receive stickers and send us a picture of you in Fox Lake with Brothers Commonplace merchandise of any
Yeah.
kind, we will come visit Fox Lake.
And we'll kiss you.
I mean, that'll definitely happen.
It's just this crazy squiggly red line that shows the border of this town, and it's like in multiple pieces. Like it's not one solid
It looks
piece.
like there's like two islands.
There's some islands,
Yeah.
and there's like two main pieces, like the northern and southern islands of New Zealand, but right here in Illinois.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
how we're saying shit about this place, but if you looked up where we live, it would just be a picture of methamphetamine.
Oh my god. It's just a picture of the crack pipe.
Pretty much.
And some of the sources claim that when the backup officers arrived on scene, that they actually heard a gunshot off in the distance, and then they went towards the sound, and that's how they found the body. I don't know if that's true or not, because not all sources mention that. But yeah, some do claim that they heard a gunshot.
It's just one of those little poppers.
It's like, oh shit, fireworks. Someone got fucking leftover fireworks.
Like the
Get
little
down.
things you throw at the sidewalk.
Like, they went there and like by the body, it was one of those snakes. It's the smoke snakes.
Everybody down.
They tripped because they were running, like they were running in reverse. Because they were the backup officers.
Holy shit, dude.
They were in charge of all the old data.
Oh, fucking back up.
Just these scribes in robes with like quill pens.
It was just cops worth of fucking just floppy disks.
But by now, though, the town is scared because they're like, oh, shit, there's 3 cop killers on the run, and they haven't been caught. And soon after this, there were local, state, and federal agencies all brought in to search the area to try and find these suspects. So there is a giant man search that begins pretty much immediately. Officers from local, state, and federal agencies, like we mentioned, searched the area trying to find whoever it was that shot Charles. And so far, they had no success. And this is a quote from NPR's Cheryl Corley. Quote, authorities say that they have thoroughly searched a perimeter of 2 square miles where a backup officer found Gliniewicz. and are now conducting saturation patrols as they expand where they are looking for the suspects. The suspects were not within our perimeter. We had over 400 police officers out here yesterday. We had over 45 canine units and numerous aircraft. So they're fucking going all out. Like in the 400 police officers, they had the FBI, the U.S. Marshals, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives. They had it fucking like everyone they could get joining in on this hunt.
That's crazy. Giant man surge. That sounds like me when I pretend I'm drunk. And I usually just end up with tooth.
All those officers were nearby anyway because they heard there was an unarmed black kid in the neighborhood.
I think he had never mind, it's just going to be that he had candy on him. So police, they found no witnesses, but they were able to get some surveillance tapes from nearby areas, such as businesses, gas stations, and factories. So they had those to go through still, and they were also able to grab a video from a truck driver that had a dashboard camera in his vehicle, and he was just happened to be driving through the area that day. I mean, they don't know if it's going to show anything or anything, but it was really all they had to go on.
So they had to use that as like his confessional in a way? His dashboard. Confessional?
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Oh. At least someone knows the song. God damn, I couldn't even name their song if I fucking had a gun to my
I
head.
can name plenty of them. They have great songs. You leave them alone.
So here's a quote from CNN on the search area. Hampering the search was a landscape where the manhunt unfolded. It's a mix of abandoned buildings occupied by squatters and residential and commercial properties situated among heavily wooded areas and a marsh.
I was going to just ask if there were 1,000 squatters.
1,000 squats. 1,000 squatters.
I was wondering if there were 1,000 squanchers.
Oh, I hope so. Some of the terrain is overgrown and swampy, and railroad tracks run through a portion of the area, so Tuesday's intense sun didn't help either. So it was hot as shit out. And
so they're going through my ass then.
Swampy.
They're going through my ass when it's more than 50 degrees outside.
If that's what's happening, you guys better mention me in this shit.
They're going to the place where nobody goes anymore.
Oh, I go there all the time.
Oh, yeah.
All of our underwears. The underwears,
Nobody
dude.
comes to the swamp anymore.
Oh, the swamp. Okay, I get it now.
Now I get it, yeah.
Damn, that's an old school joke.
Yeah, I like how only us get that joke, but it's amazing.
So they're pretty much crossing their fingers, hoping to find something, just anything really. Like they're even sending officers to every house in the area, going door to door to try to find some answers. They really are just going all out on this. And then GIJOE Gliniewicz, he is well known and well liked. He really is seen as a positive role model and a hero, so that's why the authorities, they're not fucking around with this. And the police were asked, were like, well, is there a deadline for this search? Like, if you don't find anything, is it going to get called off soon? And the officer's answer was, I'm not going to set a time limit on this. I have a murdered colleague. We're not going to stop.
Wait, who asked that, though? Because I feel because I know the end of this, but I feel like that would make them a suspect.
Be like, hey, you guys aren't going to, like, call off the search soon, are you?
Like, how
Maybe
much time,
you should.
How much time you guys got? It's been too long. You guys need to stop looking. Like, I feel like that kind of makes them a suspect.
But yeah, just like that, though, a hero is dead, and his killers are nowhere to be found. Gone, vanished without a trace. And overall, this search, it was estimated around $1 million.
Wow.
That's a lot of fucking money. But they had, like, aircraft, dogs, FBI. They had fucking everything.
Guac at Chipotle.
They had guac at Chipotle.
Dude, they even paid for that shitty queso.
That was the first amount that Dr. Evil thought of to have the world pay him.
And as far as
sorry to interrupt, but can we just talk about that queso for a minute?
It's fucking trash. It's fucking, like, nobody gets that shit. Is it
I'm
even
not
there
even
anymore?
kidding. I'd rather have fucking glaucoma and AIDS.
Okay, well, that might have been too far.
And emphysema.
I love good queso, though, but yeah,
But not
really.
that shit. That queso is like somebody ate queso, shit it out, and then they served us that.
Yeah, Chipotle's queso, more like Chipotle's so-so. Because it ain't that good.
Oh,
yes.
burn.
Well, if we're going there, I don't really like their chips that much.
I'm
Okay,
not a fan either.
get
I never
out.
get them.
Dude,
Okay.
Chipotle sucks now. It hasn't been good.
No, it doesn't suck.
The
I
really
burritos
don't.
are amazing. The main product is amazing.
I mean, I don't really do burritos anymore. I kind of do a burrito bowl.
That's the same thing.
Yeah, because my burrito would have been like way too big.
The Ontario one sucks, dude. It's so fucking bad.
We
The
are
actual
not
one- the actual
shitting
one's
on
good.
Chipotle. We're just shitting on the queso.
Hey,
So
I'm not
knock it
shitting on
off.
Chipotle too. If I'm
And the
with
weird,
I
dry,
know you are.
limey chips.
All right.
Shut up. You're limey. You
just don't
limey
get chips.
French
Just
bastard.
don't get chips, Spence.
All right, guys. I don't
I
want
don't
to.
get chips. I do like the pomegranate juice.
There's normally just tortilla chips at Walmart. You just grab those.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
Let's get back to this queso.
All right, I'm logging off.
Don't go.
Oh
It
shit! That
almost
was good.
sounds like that Red Hot Chili Peppers song.
Which one?
Whoa.
Queso.
Don't let's not get back to this queso.
Oh, snow. So as far as the funeral went, thousands of people would show up, including hundreds of police officers. And the funeral, it was taking place at Antioch Community High School, where there was a special viewing for law enforcement, and then a regular funeral would take place after.
Nice.
Quote, he loved his community and loved his job, and he will be very sorely missed in this community. And that's what the Grant Township Supervisor Catherine Starastovic said.
Oh, what the fuck?
It just reminds me of Peja Stojakovic. It's not even a joke.
I would say she could be the next European basketball star.
I was going to bring up a whole new topic for a second.
Yeah.
Just a second. Which is the fact that there's a place called Pistocki Lake that's right beside Fox Lake. And it's a lake, and then right above it, there's a thing called the Pistocki Highlands. Where I
Yes, so-
assume the Pistocki Highlanders dwell.
Oh. The elite of the elite live there.
So I see I'm here. I'm speaking with the people that actually discovered and named Pistocki Lake. What made you guys stop here, and why'd you name it the way you did?
I think they didn't
let's
they
hear
get
why,
it?
Kev.
Just had to just take a piss.
Oh, we said pistoppy.
We were like, stop. Gotta take a piss.
I think they got it from some Japanese culture. But they don't like, god damn, it's just gonna be shit-talky.
Shiitake Lake. Yeah, they had
That's the
to
neighboring lake.
they had to make
Dude,
sure
I
that
got-
was downriver from here though.
I got legit, like, people have ripped on us
Lake
about
number
how,
2 is Shiitake.
like, all our jokes really are because of people's names.
Oh shit.
If it wasn't, we would literally just say the cases.
Alrighty, so I do have a big quote to read from the Chicago Tribune, so it is going to be a little bit of reading. So the funeral, it took place on September 7th, 2015, and that included an 18-mile procession through his hometown of Antioch as well as Fox Lake. So, holy shit.
Yeah.
So here's the quote from the article. Lieutenant Charles Joseph Gliniewicz was laid to rest with full military honors before a grateful community of mourners who stood in line for hours despite the heat to pay their respects to the veteran officer.
Wait, what was the Heat doing that day? Was there like a game?
Dwayne was busy.
As bagpipes wailed amid a sea of starched blue uniforms, an honor guard attended to the Army veteran's flag-draped casket as it was led out of Antioch Community High School to begin an 18-mile procession to his final resting place. At Hillside East Cemetery, a final prayer was followed by a 3-volley rifle salute. A trumpeter played taps before 7 helicopters swooped in from the north in a V formation. Flying V! Everyone just watched that. They forgot there's a funeral going on. They ran off and played hockey. His family laid red roses on the top of his casket, capping an emotional day-long display that authorities said drew officers in more than 1,000 police squads and motorcycles from as far away as California and New York.
Nice.
As he struggled to keep his composure, Michael Gliniewicz, an Antioch fire lieutenant, eulogized his brother as an officer who was, quote, reasonable, fair, and just, and lived his life as if he were on duty every day, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Others remembered the slain officer as a dedicated public servant who rose early, labored hard, and loved his work, community, and most of all, his family. And that is something his wife said. And then at the end of it, a retired Frankfurt police officer said, "Rest easy, my friend. We've got it from here."
All right, so once again, you guys are going to kick me out the podcast, but what was his last name?
Gliniewicz?
Yeah, so Gliniewicz. So they're talking at his funeral. Like, everybody's up there talking, and his brother comes up, and he's crying. He's inconsolable. He's like, he didn't know how to Gliniewicz.
I hear that his wife donated to like a college, so they named a hall after her.
Mill Hall.
And flags flew at half staff. The sidewalks were lined with blue ribbons and tied around trees. The school auditorium where the funeral was held, it was full of blue and black flowers, and there were slideshows on large TV screens. The governor was there, so it was a huge and just an absolute huge event going on. There were students of his program that were speaking at the funeral, as well as officers, family, and friends. So it was incredibly sad for everyone and the community. And his wife would speak and say, "Joe was my best friend and my world, my hero." She also said her husband was, quote, "the love of my life for the last 26 and a half years. He was my rock as much as I was his rock."
Holy shit, that's a long time.
Yeah.
Damn.
And so the investigation would continue, but some federal agencies would soon reduce or end their help in the search. Quote, "The U.S. Marshals Fugitive Task Force pulled out of the investigation on September 4th, according to a Marshals Service official who said task force members were, quote, redeployed to other assignments due to the fact no wanted suspects or persons of interest had been identified for them to locate." So they don't even have a suspect.
That sucks.
Yeah, so they're like pretty much chasing fucking ghosts. And then there's an accusation that comes out that kind of upsets the community a little bit. There's a man named Joseph A. Battaglia. He is 54 years old, and he would soon be given 2 felony disorderly conduct counts stemming from threats to harm investigators unless they would declare Gliniewicz' death as a suicide. So this just fucking comes out of nowhere. This guy, he was like, he goes to investigators. He's like, if you don't fucking say that Gliniewicz committed suicide, I'm going to beat the fuck out of you. So, and
what is he, Kevin's dad?
Here's a quote on him. "Battaglia is accused of making calls to members of the Lake County Coroner's Office, police agencies, and media outlets and threatening investigators. Here's his quote, "unless all the involved personnel declare Gliniewicz' death a suicide." Like, he's fucking threatening them. So he's calling everyone, being like, you say it's a suicide or I'm just going to fucking beat the fuck out of you. So, #Wildman. That's kind of fun.
#Wildman.
I mean, it is pretty odd and kind of crazy, but nobody believes this. Like, everyone's like offended and outraged. Like, he's a fucking hero. Why are you trying to like throw this accusation out there? And then during that same time, there's also something that comes out about Joe's gun. They found DNA on it that said that the DNA belonged to somebody else other than himself. Quote, "Clearly, not everybody has access to touch that gun, so a check of the national database could reveal the identity of the person that held that gun, and presumably that person could be the shooter." So we have 2 big pieces of information that come out around the same time. One leading in one direction, saying, oh, he committed suicide, and then one going, we found other DNA on this gun that's not his.
Wow.
Here we go. Time to ramp this shit up.
And now, an ad from Dad.
All right, save money on car insurance when you bundle home and auto with Progressive. Can I take these off? All right. What is this? This looks good. Wow, that's well made. Where did you get this? I'm talking to you with the hair. Yeah, where did you get this? It's good stuff. That's solid. That's not veneer, that's solid stuff.
Progressive can't save you from becoming your parents, but we can save you money when you bundle home and auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
And then documents come out that state initially some of the backup officers that had arrived on scene, one did think that it was possibly a suicide, but the other officers told him that Joe wouldn't do that. He's not the kind of person, so they didn't really go in that direction. But these were documents that would come out way later on that one of the officers actually did think that it looked like a suicide. And now we're going to enter a character by the name of George Folinko, a.k.a. what I nicknamed George the Great Folinko.
Oh, fuck yes, dude. Hell yes.
Great Folinko, wave your gun.
Hang on a second. This is weird. Why is Andrew knocking on my door right now?
But Folinko, he is the Lake County Major Crime Task Force commander. Here's a quote from him. For at least the first several weeks, we were looking at this as a homicide. And then he announced that they found a, quote, significant piece of evidence at the crime scene. That piece of evidence being a second shell casing, which means that 2 shots were fired in this area, but they weren't in the exact spot because they found one shell that was next to his body and then one that was a little bit away. I'm not quite sure exactly how far away it was. However, this shell casing was also one that they believed was fired from Joe's gun as well.
Here we go. Shit's getting a little bit interesting.
Yes. And then a press conference by the great Folinko occurs.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And that is when he announces that after going through thousands of documents and considering all scenarios, that Charles Joseph Gliniewicz, with lots of experience staging criminal scenes for training purposes, and after spending years stealing money from the Explorers Police Program, was responsible for a carefully staged suicide.
Huh.
This staged suicide was the end result of extensive criminal acts that Gliniewicz had been committing. So by the sounds of it, this guy was possibly not the hero that everyone thought he was. Sounds like he was getting into some shit. He was dipping into some shit.
Wow.
It's like this report was like, or this investigation was like the Mueller report that like actually paid off.
I don't know what that is.
Where just like the guy actually had, like there was a whole backstory and everything. Like there was a whole discovery.
Gotcha.
Instead of stuff that we just already knew, which was the boring result of the Mueller report. But anyway, yeah, thus concludes Politics with Spence.
Yeah, I don't pay attention to any of that stuff at all.
So what they believe happened is Gliniewicz fired 2 shots. The first one he fired and hit his bulletproof vest. And then next, he carefully aimed his gun in between the vest and the carrier and then fired a deadly round.
So do you think he purposely did that, or was he just stupid and forgot he had it on?
So, like, you mean the first shot?
Yeah, like
I think he did it to stage it so people wouldn't think.
Okay,
yeah.
Like if he didn't, if he was like, "Fuck, why didn't that kill me?" Oh wait, I got this thing on. And then,
that's a fucking ballsy way to commit suicide, though, man.
I mean, yeah,
like,
yeah.
Not in the head,
Wildman.
Because they were like, they didn't think it was a suicide because they're like, this guy is so fucking vain that if he survived this, he wouldn't want to live like crippled or fucked up.
Yeah. So
Well,
he's
guess
not really,
what?
He's not really
does.
hashtag Mel Hall, but he's still not. I mean, you know what? Hashtag Wildman.
So Folinko said, quote, "There are no winners. Gliniewicz committed the ultimate betrayal to the citizens he served and the entire law enforcement community. The facts of his actions prove he behaved for years in a manner completely contrary to the image he portrayed." Folinko said that text messages revealed Gliniewicz may have been worried that an audit being conducted by the village of Fox Lake would eventually reveal that he had been stealing from the community for 7 years. "I can tell you that eventually he would have been caught. The village of Fox Lake had been conducting an internal audit of all its assets, and that was his concern, that the audit was going to uncover his financial malfeasance."
Huh.
So just
crazy.
Yeah, just like that, he went from an absolute Wildman hero to a fucking betraying Wildman. Because let's be honest, he stole money, which was shitty, but he still did like a lot of good stuff with it, it seems.
Yeah, he's still kind of wild, man, yeah.
Or did he? Is there an even bigger heel turn coming?
Oh, yes.
Was it Roman Reigns?
But what you were talking about earlier, though, Spence, for his location.
Yes.
I believe.
I remind you, by the way.
I believe, I don't remember the exact quote on this, but they used his phone to track that he had actually been in that area for like 40 minutes or so.
Wow.
So like they believe he just made the call from there.
Maybe he just had the CM Punk fight on loop for 40 times.
No, he actually watched the CM Punk fight once, but he watched his entrance 98 times.
Wait, I'm sorry. What did you say about the location? Do we know where this happened? Because I want to look it up on Google Maps.
Yes. I didn't have any pictures of it, but whenever he was making that call and everything, he was in the area they found his body. Like his phone stated, according to the records, that he was actually there for like 40 minutes.
Yeah, what was that area? Do we know?
I am not sure. I remember seeing an
That's
above
the part I
view
couldn't
picture.
find. That's okay. It wasn't. Some things were not meant to be known.
So investigators, they recovered over 6,500 text messages that Gliniewicz had deleted. And they looked at thousands of pages of bank statements to look at his financial improprieties too. Propriety, there we go. I think I fucking typed that wrong. The investigation indicates that at least 2 others were most likely involved in the criminal activity as well. One of the texts that Gliniewicz deleted, this is what it said. Chief won't sign off to move it to American Legion, and if she gets a hold of the old checking account, I'm pretty well fucked. That was a text he sent on May 13th. And then on June 25th, he sent this text to that same person. Quote, to start dumping money into that account or you will be visiting me in jail.
Just remember, folks, they can just look up your texts like that.
Yeah, you can't just fucking delete
it.
That's why I write all my messages on my dick and send dick pics.
That
way, as soon as they see the pic, like, they hurry up and delete it, and they're like, "Oh, we don't want to see that." But there's actually a hidden message on there.
So we're gonna get into some more details on what he's spending all this money on. But here's a funny quote from NY Daily News on it. Investigators announced that he had been stealing and laundering money from a popular youth program, and he was using the money for porn and personal loans to his buddies.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds like me on a weekend.
So once again, back to #Wildman. He's won me over again. And now one reason that this case gained popularity, like not just because it was a murder of an officer, which was always gonna fucking get national attention, but before it was announced that it was a suicide, and while there was a statewide manhunt going on for these 3 suspects, some articles were popping around online saying that this was because of the Black Lives Matter movement. Because like I think in like Chicago, like a week before or so, there was a cop that was killed. But it's like, how shitty is that people just go online and they start writing stories. It's like, oh, it's Black Lives Matter. They're the ones behind it. When the dude fucking killed himself.
Yeah.
Investigators, whenever they were searching the desk that was in Gliniewicz police office, they found some cocaine in there. So that was pretty fun, too.
#Wildman.
#Wildman. Detective Chris Covelli with the Lake County Sheriff's Office told NBC Chicago that Gliniewicz sent a text message asking someone to contact a, quote, high-ranking gang member to put a hit on the village manager.
Oh.
Or to help plant something on the manager.
Wow.
So he's fucking... Now he's definitely getting up there with some corrupt shit. Ann Marin, the village administrator, the one that Gliniewicz was trying to hire a high-ranking gang member to kill, she was auditing Fox Lakes' finances, including the Police Explorers program, and that is what Gliniewicz was embezzling money from for the past 7 years. But she conceded that she had been pressing Gliniewicz for details on the Explorer program up until the day before his death. So she was like asking about like, well, where's all this like stuff about the money and shit? Like, and they were having meetings about it up until the day before he actually died. And here's her quote from it. When I heard that he was concerned that I was asking tough questions about the Police Explorer program, it only confirmed to me that asking the tough questions was the absolute right thing to do. In fact, getting at the truth about the administration of the Explorers program was the only thing that had to be done.
Absolutely.
And the cocaine, it was in an unmarked evidence bag that was not associated with any case. But Covelli added it wasn't clear if the cocaine was related to the plot to have the village administrator killed or have something, some sort of drug or anything be planted. They don't know if that was part of that or if it was just fucking his cocaine.
I'm trying to think of someone funny who he got the bag of cocaine off of. He got it off of Carrie Fisher.
Holy fuck yes, dude.
That bag
Who
of
is
cocaine.
still not dead in the Star Wars franchise.
She's the fucking force
Even
to do
though she has been dead in real life for like 2 years now.
it. Yeah.
She is still alive in Star Wars.
That bag of cocaine, it was like a decent sized bag. They actually just scraped it from her pinky nail.
Oh, fuck yes.
But here's some more text messages. Here's one that he sent. Don't have them anymore. Being forced to retire by new village administrator. Work life has been a living hell the last 2 months. She hates me. Hopefully she decides to get a couple of drinks in her and she gets a DUI.
This sounds like Anakin's rant in Attack of the Clones.
Yeah, right. This sounds like that fucking Puddle of Mud song. She fucking hates me.
A DUI.
I got my Coke and I gave some to her.
And then I plan it. So here's another text. He says, trust me, I've thought it through. Many scenarios, from planning things to the Volo Bog. I don't know what the Volo Bog is.
Sounds like some kind of bog.
It sounds like a bowling rink. Like I feel like you go there to bowl.
But like where anthropomorphic like alligators and turtles and characters like play bowling.
I mean, I don't want to go to another place that doesn't do that.
Yeah. The situation right here would give her the means to crucify me if it were discovered. She has now demanded a complete inventory of Explorer Central and a financial report. Then here's another quote. Lake County Major Crimes Task Force Commander George Folinko revealed that Gliniewicz had been stealing and laundering money from Fox Lake Police Explorer Post for 7 years, using thousands of dollars for personal purchases, mortgages, travel expenses, gym memberships, adult websites, and to facilitate personal loans. He also said that Gliniewicz forged signatures in official documents.
Wow.
Detectives determined some of the personal expenses paid from the Police Explorer account included a trip to Hawaii, payments to businesses such as Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, the movie theater, and over 400 restaurant charges. So he's not even buying the Hawaii restaurant or the Hawaii trip, but everything else is just like
Like shit we would do.
He's like stealing all this money from kids so he could go to fucking Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah.
What a fucking
Wildman.
loser. Hashtag
In
Wildman.
a way, that makes him like the greatest kind of criminal.
It makes him does it make him like kind of a brother?
Sort of.
Yeah.
He's like how Robin Williams was the bad guy in August Rush.
I've never seen it.
He had all those homeless kids as like his slaves, basically.
Yeah.
His like musician slaves.
We're gonna get into some of the actual amounts that he spent on stuff in a minute.
I'll say this guy sounds like the guy who plays Skyrim and only levels up his smithing because all he cares about is forging.
Oh,
hell yeah.
Shit. And as far as some of the other accomplices go, it is believed that Joe's wife Melody was one of them, and she would be indicted on 4 counts of disbursing charitable funds without authority and for personal benefit and 2 counts of money laundering. Quote, even though Joe Gliniewicz made $96,000 a year as a Fox Lake police lieutenant, authorities believe he and his wife lived a much more lavish lifestyle financed by the Police Youth Explorers Post. His social media pages were chock full of travel photos, including dozens from the trip to Hawaii in August of 2014. There are even photos of some of the outings alleged to have been paid for with embezzled funds on the memorial page for her husband. The photos are not going to help her, and they're potentially harmful in 2 ways, said ABC7 legal analyst Jill Soffer, or whatever the fuck her name is. 1, all these photographs of her eating at fancy restaurants or in Hawaii is going to raise the question, where did the money come from? Because if a suburban cop can't make enough money to support that kind of lifestyle, it's going to show that she should have had reason to believe that these funds were stolen. Also, it's pretty dynamite evidence in front of the jury for the prosecution to trot out photographs of living high on the hog off of stolen money. I mean, I guess that is a good point.
They're like in court prosecuting her. And they're like, do you have anything to say to defend yourself? She's like, more cushion for the pushing.
Why did she say that?
Because now she's innocent.
Oh, but yeah, she would plead not guilty. But I mean, that's a lot of extra money. You think she would have an idea, especially because there's text messages that are going around where he's talking to someone, and they're pretty positive she has something to do with it. So here's a quote on the actual amount being spent. The couple had used money donated to the Fox Lake Police Explorer Post 300 program for their own purposes. Prosecutors allege that Joseph Gliniewicz spent $2,455 at Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts.
Wow. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Wait, what is the time frame of this?
7 years, I guess.
Jesus, dude.
8,822 at restaurants, 2,515 at the Fox Lake Movie Theater, 7,217 on health clubs, athletic event registration, and hormonal supplements, and then $2,623 on adult entertainment and dating websites.
Jesus.
Fuck yeah. The necessities, as I like to call them.
Dunkin' Donuts, dude. This motherfucker loves Dunkin' Donuts.
And hormonal supplements.
Hormonal supplements. Dude, he's in such good shape, though. You would think
I'm looking at his picture.
Like going to these places, I guess, and health clubs, I guess. So Soffer, a formal federal prosecutor, said that Melody, she could face jail time. Quote, "It's really going to turn on what kind of case can the defense make to say she didn't know. She didn't know that the funds that she was living up on, the funds that were being written into or drawn out of that account were stolen. She'd have to make that kind of argument. She can't make a strong case that she knew. I'd expect to see a plea agreement out of this ultimately." But yeah, they're trying to say, like, there's no fucking way she didn't know that this money was stolen.
Yeah.
But her lawyer would release a statement saying, "Melody has suffered greatly over the past few months and continues to move her family forward after the emotionally traumatizing events of September 1st, 2015. Considering Melody's cooperation with law enforcement, she is devastated by the decision to bring charges against her. Melody is a victim of her husband's secret actions and looks forward to her day in court to show the world her innocence." So
She just shows him her vagina, her virgin vagina. This is my innocence.
she has 4 kids.
What the fuck?
They took the back door out.
That's another thing she counterfeited.
Oh, hell yeah.
But most people, they don't believe Melody when she says that she had no idea any of this was going on. Here's another quote. "Honestly, it doesn't surprise me. I can see it happening the whole time because there's no way that you take all that money and take your family on vacation and then your family doesn't know about it. But if she gets found guilty, her felony charges carry a max sentence of 3 to 14 years in jail, as well as a $25,000 fine if convicted."
Damn.
Yeah.
Well deserved, bitch.
And then a big thing happens between whether or not the text messages on Melody's phone could be used in trial. So they do this weird ruling thing where they're trying to get the text thrown out. So they ruled that only the text messages that are left on her phone at the time it was seized can be used. Any that were deleted cannot be used.
So they left in the other 25 letters of the alphabet? Everything else was seized.
So when the police take her phone, which I imagine wasn't right away either, it's probably a long time after, I would think, they can only use the text messages found on the actual phone. So anything that she deleted, they can't look at. They can't go to like her phone carrier and get the other text messages. I don't know. It's really weird. I don't even know how this ruling happened. But yeah, so then they set a trial date of July 1st for Melody Gliniewicz. Once again, she is charged with unlawful use of charitable funds, conspiracy, and money laundering, and that's going to be July 1st of this year. So we will have to keep you updated on that.
Oh,
and
shit, yeah, that's happened
When
yet.
we
Wow.
come visit Fox Lake, when somebody in Fox Lake sends us a picture.
That's right. And then during this whole time, one thing that kind of pisses people off also, because if she does get found guilty, she's still trying to receive her husband's survivor pension. Like she's trying to get that because that would give her $50,000 to $70,000 a year. So she's fighting to try and
That's
get
a
that
lot.
as well. I mean, I don't blame her for that, for trying to get that. But I mean, if she is guilty of like knowing this money's stolen and all that stuff, I mean, it'd be different if he wasn't stealing it from a bunch of kids. I mean, it wouldn't be different because he's still stealing it. But it's like it's from kids that look up to him that he's like trying to help out and stuff, you know? It's just a fucking dirtbag move.
Yeah, absolutely.
So anything you guys want to mention before I start talking about some stuff about this case that I didn't throw in here yet because I didn't know where to fit it?
No, I think so.
Alrighty, so here are some things we didn't mention yet. One, he had a federal sexual harassment complaint filed against him 10 years before his death. The woman alleged that she was, quote, pressured to perform oral sex and that sexual favors were strongly encouraged and or required to protect her job.
Shit, that's the only way I can get raises nowadays.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but I mean, I actually haven't given you a raise, too, if I don't even work with you.
But yeah, after this complaint, Gliniewicz, he would be suspended from the department for 30 days after admitting that they had a type of relationship. The complaint against him, however, would be dismissed in 2005 because the accuser and her attorney, they failed to make court dates and turn over evidence. Quote, "The woman/accuser remained silent for more than a decade. Part of that was fear. Some of it was embarrassment. She wanted to move on and forget what happened to her in Fox Lake, Illinois, but she never could. He took my career," she said. "He took the way I saw myself. He took a lot." And you might be thinking like, well, she didn't fucking show up for court for any of this stuff. We'll explain why in a second. So she actually was a fellow officer. She worked alongside Gliniewicz in the Fox Lake Law Enforcement Explorer program. So it's not even like it's in the fucking Explorer program that he's stealing money from. He was her mentor. And she said that they thought, like, you know, we're really helping to make a difference with the program. Like, we're really helping out these kids. And then soon after, she noticed when things started to change. Quote, she said during her review, Gliniewicz told her to order new, tighter uniforms so that he could see her backside. Hashtag Wildman. On several occasions, he summoned her to a location, and when she arrived, he'd be, like, urinating. So he'd be like, "Hey, come meet me here." And he's like pissing, I guess.
Check this out.
And then, quote,
that's like, actually funny as fuck. I don't give a fuck.
And then when she would walk in, he'd be like, "Oh, hey, you know, I could have used your help." That's his pickup line.
Jesus, man.
Oh, come
Holy
on.
shit.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm not going to lie, though. The pissing one, even if, like, my own supervisor, like, male on male, wouldn't, like, say, "Hey, we need to go take care of the water over here at wherever." And I showed up, and he was just pissing, and that was it. I'd probably get a laugh out of it every time.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I don't think that was the plan.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have the same effect on Toof.
But
yeah.
But shit escalates pretty quickly. And she even went to the police chief, but nothing really ever happened. I mean, he does eventually get suspended for 30 days. And then she started getting written up for like a lot of small stuff. She was constantly being watched and under scrutiny, so she ended up quitting. And she was also a single mom with 3 kids too. But she was so like devastated by this that she sold her house and moved away. So that's why she never fully went through with the sexual harassment thing, because she just was like, she couldn't take it anymore, so she moved away. But yeah, this dude would like pressure her into like giving him BJs. So,
nasty. That's a nasty motherfucker.
So here is, this is from dailybeast.com. Here's another article about this dude. According to personnel files released by Fox Lake officials, Lieutenant Joe Gliniewicz once allegedly threatened to kill a police dispatcher during a 2003 dispute. According to an official complaint sent to the department chief on April 14, 2003, Gliniewicz told the unnamed dispatcher that he would, quote, "put bullets in her chest." The threat allegedly came after the dispatcher had been short with the officer, telling him that some radio-related materials were none of his business. The officer also allegedly remarked about how many lakes were in the surrounding areas and how difficult it would be for anyone to find a body. In the same complaint letter, the dispatcher admitted that Gliniewicz' remark may have been a joke, and that while the dispatcher did not feel threatened, she said she didn't feel such inappropriate comments would ever be warranted in a professional setting. In addition, a complaint letter sent by a group of anonymous officers in 2009 alleged that Gliniewicz had been suspended for 6 5-day terms for, quote, "an inappropriate sexual relationship with a subordinate." The officers also said that local bouncers complained about Gliniewicz' drunken behavior and that he didn't pay a $300 bar tab. Further, upon being found in an intoxicated state at a bar, Gliniewicz was allegedly belligerent when the officers discovered him. Gliniewicz was also accused of grabbing women's breasts during a Christmas party and allowing members of the Explorer Post youth program to dress in police garments, quote, thereby misidentifying them as actual police officers.
Sounds like a juggalo to me.
So, what a fuck. Like, this whole community thinks this guy is like this huge fucking hero, and they're so honored by his presence, and it just turns out that he was just a fucking dirtball piece of shit the entire time.
Yeah.
Man.
So yeah, that is that's pretty much everything we have on the case. The part with his wife, the case with her, that's going to be happening July 1st. So yeah, we'll have to keep you updated on that. Now, as far as the pension for his wife goes, she is eligible to get it. She's fighting to try and get it. But because of this, there was a Gliniewicz-inspired amendment that Illinois passed last August, which says like it's going to block benefits to a person convicted of a felony connected to the late employee's service. So if there's any more officers that found are corrupt and shit like that, their family, if their family is like part of what's going on, they're not going to get any pension from it.
That's pretty badass.
But yeah, that's the case. What are your guys' thoughts and comments on it?
I mean, he seems like a douchebag. I'm not really like sold on if she did anything or not. She probably should have known, but I mean, he easily could have just been lying, like saying like how like he got like some crazy promotion and was making more money than what she thought he was.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know if she did anything. I'm not really sure. We don't really know enough about her.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Like, I don't know. I'm on the fence. Either she knew all about it, and even if she knew about it, though, that doesn't mean. I mean, she's not gonna rat out her husband, you know.
Yeah.
So even if she knew about it, I don't know.
Legally, she doesn't have to testify against him.
This is true.
No, it's legally they can't charge a husband and a wife for the same crime.
Yeah, I don't think that's how it works. What is that?
Arrested Development.
Yeah.
What if they also added a new amendment to some of their Chicago rules? Never mind.
No.
I'll just say the stupid punchline.
What is it?
So the cop invites the female cop over, and he's urinating. And he's like, "Oh, sorry, I must have invited the wrong officer over. My piss steak."
Jesus, dude.
Wait, that's the lake.
The lake.
That's true. Holy shit.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. So that's even better.
Hey, go ahead and meet me out at officer, girl officer. Go ahead and take your patrol car out and meet me at Lake Mistake. Yeah, anything else you guys want to mention on this case?
I don't think so.
All righty.
I don't want this podcast to reflect on us having a negative view on officers or law enforcement or military, anything like that. Mostly just jokes, and we understand there might be bad seeds out of there, but a lot of people do try and do a lot of good work for the community and our culture.
Dude,
I agree.
fuck yeah, dude. I mean, we love our police officers, especially our fucking soldiers as well.
Absolutely,
You know,
I
this
agree
guy
with all
was a
that. Yeah.
soldier and an officer. And speaking of soldier, we got some fucking clips from Wildman from Queens. You guys want to hear what he has to say?
Hell
Always
yeah.
do.
I was going to say there is one soldier we don't respect, and that's a G-Unit soldier.
That's right. Soldier Boy also, because his shitty video game console that sucks.
What about the small soldiers?
Oh, they're awesome.
Soldier Boy's about to have
And
the
the
best comeback
Gorgonites?
2018.
So, all right, here we go. Here are some clips from the Wildman from Queens.
Joe, a.k.a. G.I. Joe, because I can't pronounce his fucking Polish last name. But fucking, you know what? This guy was a douchebag. A disgrace to both fucking uniforms, Skeletor-looking motherfucker. G.I. Joe, more like fucking Cobra Command. This motherfucker is a sick-looking bastard, too. He reminds me of my fucking old first sergeant when I was at fucking Fort Bragg. This motherfucker was sick. One time, we got in trouble and he made us fucking cut the lawn with fucking safety scissors. How about that shit? Fuck him and fuck you, first sergeant. You know your fucking last name, you fucking scumbag.
Fuck yeah. That was a good one. All right, we got three more, boys. Three more.
my
Yes.
God.
All right, now back to the funny, silly shit, because that was kind of a serious fucking tirade. But for real, I mean, this guy was so unhappy with his fucking marriage. He's fucking using the Explore money to fucking get Bang Bros and fucking whatever else fucking porn accounts online and shit. So he's beating his meat with fucking the kid's money. I mean, that's fucked up. But, I mean, I don't fucking blame him. You see a picture of his wife? Because he was also using that money for fucking Starbucks. And that bitch had one too many frappy lappies, whatever the fucking French word for that fucking Starbucky bullshit. Because I don't fucking frequent these fucking places. And Starbucks is for fucking cunts.
Wow. Thank you,
Holy
Wildman
shit.
from Queens. We are 50% done with his audio clips.
Jesus.
All right, here we go. Here's the next one.
Speaking of people who jump out of planes and kill people.
Yeah, that's right. Wildman from Queens don't fuck around, dude.
Now I know all you fucking Starbucks fans and consumers got your fucking panties in a bunch. Don't. I'm just fucking playing. It's a joke. I know fucking you got to be so PC and apologize for a fucking joke. So I don't want Kevin taking any heat because I called everyone a bunch of cunts who drinks that fucking bullshit, all right? So it's just a fucking joke. And to you fuck boys, don't fucking get all fucking out of fucking line, all right? And I don't say the word fuck boy. I mean, I don't know. It sounds cool because the kids are saying it.
That's it.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Wow.
Dude, I think my goal is to get Wildman from Queens to say boy pussy somehow in a rant.
Dude, I would like to take myself off the podcast and just replace myself with him.
I think my goal is to get Wildman from Queens to do like the speech at my wedding.
Oh, fuck yes, dude.
Yeah, dude. And for my best man, we have John the Wildman from Queens. If you've gone to any of the other weddings, to the Brothers Commonplace guys, also the best man at all their weddings as well. All right, here's the last one, guys.
I'm like a fucking guy with his tubes tied because I'm just fucking shooting blanks. Because, I mean, there's really nothing that's that funny for me solo to make fun of. It's just a straight embezzlement case. This guy fucking did a great job covering up his suicide. The cops chased their own tail up their own ass. And he made the whole community look fucking stupid. Good job, Clown Shoes. Don't fucking rest in peace, you scumbag. But anyway, I feel bad for the fucking family, kinda. You know, the ones that aren't guilty. But, you know what? John the Wild Man from Queens would just like to tell you this. Please, from the bottom of my heart, I'd love if you fucking go to Patreon. And for as little as a fucking buck, you can subscribe and be a part of the fucking Brotherscommon.place. Become a fucking Wildcat or whatever the fuck you want to be. All right? Leave 5-star reviews at iTunes and all podcasters. And even go to Threadless. You know, they got some fucking awesome merch on there. So please, fucking show some support.
Dude, fuck yeah, man.
God damn, dude. I fucking love this guy. That's amazing.
Dude, he sent a message. He's like, yeah, this is definitely not a real joke-heavy case. Helen Keller would have been easy.
I think No,
shit.
You know what? Fuck it. I think he said the Helen Keller would be easy. Not like the case itself, just to take advantage of her and fuck her.
Oh, Jesus,
okay.
dude.
Nice,
what the fuck? Like, are you talking about the one where she was played by the Pepsi girl? I guarantee that girl's a bitch.
Well, yeah.
Haley Eisenberg, she has to be a bitch.
Is she related to Jesse?
I don't know. I take that back. She could be nice. I'm just basing this off of Pepsi commercials.
I don't know. I haven't seen a Pepsi commercial in like years. I don't know who that is.
Yeah. I've been to the theater, so I've seen many Coke commercials.
Oh,
Wait
yeah, plenty of those.
Tim.
Yes, sir.
Is this real? Tim, it's his sister.
Wait, what?
Jesse's?
Yeah, it is. I'm Googling it. It's his sister.
It's whose sister?
Jesse Eisenberg.
Oh, fuck. Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck
Wait,
yeah.
so it's Jesse's
Oh,
girl?
yeah, Tim.
Yeah, hell yeah. Well, I just
The
knew
Prophet.
the only time I ever knew somebody named Eisenberg, I just really... Where else would you go with that?
Yeah. So she's the female Lex Luthor.
She's also the female Michael Cera. Pretty
and the
much.
female
By the way-
Facebook guy.
By the way, hopefully Kev leaves this in. How fucking, and Kev will agree with this, how just unrated, like, it's a great movie, and nobody knows about it. Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist is a fucking incredible movie.
Dude,
somebody
it's
watch
fucking good. I like it.
that. I love that movie.
Underrated. I like it a lot. Oh, he's
Yes.
charging us?
Oh, he's charging us?
What are they called? Ezrael?
Yeah, no. It's such a great movie. I love that movie. We should watch that one day.
Fuck yeah. It's all right, Spence. You want to hit us with that closing shit, brother?
All right, you brotherites.
Oh, I like that.
All right, you brotherites. Thank you so much for listening to our podcast. We love you. Thank you for supporting us. If you'd like to support us some more, you can check us out on social media. You can find us on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. Most of those accounts are all run by Kevin, and he does an excellent job running them, and we would love to hear any kind of feedback from you on there. If you'd like to email us, our email address is brotherscommonplace@gmail.com. And if you'd like to leave us a review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you check us out or wherever you subscribe to us. That would really help us out. Leave us a 5-star review. Leave us a review. Our goal is to get into the top 200 on the U.S. podcast chart. Is that correct?
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Yes. And we have gotten into what? The 600s?
Yeah, like a couple weeks ago, we kept jumping up. But we mentioned it before. There's like 2 places where we were number 1 in comedy in some Republic place that I've never heard of. And I'm pretty sure they just don't have any computers over there. So I think one guy like saw the logo and accidentally hit download or something, because I don't know why we would ever be number 1 in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago.
Well, hey, if the guy in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago actually listened, thank you so much. And we love all of our overseas fans. We have so many non-U.S. fans that have been so good to this podcast.
One of our favorite fans. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mr. Daniel.
Hell yeah.
And Canadian Chloe.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So many fans that are outside the United States that are fucking amazing.
The Brothers Commonplace is a truly international phenomenon.
It's getting there. It's getting there.
Last week, we were in the top 200 in comedy in Russia.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you, Vladimir Putin.
Thank you.
Totally. Thank you, Donald Trump, for working to make that happen.
I mean, hey, you know what? Grab him right in the pussy. Go ahead.
Exactly.
Grab me in the pussy.
Exactly.
I wouldn't stop you, honestly.
We have Brothers Commonplace merchandise, and that is where at Threadless?
Yes, sir.
Where you can get what? Hoodies, t-shirts,
shower curtains.
Can you get like coffee mugs and mouse pads and shit?
Yeah,
imagine
you can get anything.
I saw the shower curtain. It looked pretty fucking awesome. It's a lot of money, but it looked pretty cool.
We don't even have the shower curtain.
Yeah, I mean,
if someone wants to buy the shower curtain and send a picture, we will do something special for you. Like I don't know what we'll do. We'll send you something good.
How much is it?
Dude, it was a lot. I can't remember. I almost bought it for my sister, and I was like, wait, no, I don't like her that much. But yeah, it was a lot.
If someone buys the shower curtain and they are within a 30-mile proximity of us, I will drive over there and they can film me coming on it.
Oh, shit.
Okay, never mind. I'm going to get the shower curtain.
Grandma's blanket part 2.
All right, guys, let's take a guess.
Yeah.
I'm looking it up right now.
I think it was like 60 or something like that. I'm pretty sure. It was a lot.
$50.
Okay, so I was close. Yeah, it was a good amount. Shit, actually, dude, but for me and Spence, it's only 25.
Oh,
there you go. If we split it.
Yeah, we should fucking just do that. Our shower curtain sucks anyway.
Do we get a discount?
I don't think so.
I have a code where you only pay for the price to make it, and you don't pay shipping. So like you don't.
Ooh.
Because normally if a shirt's $20, it actually costs $15, but $5 of it goes to us.
I feel like, did I ask you for that when I bought those 2 hoodies?
I'm not quite sure.
Dude, I ruined my hoodie, by the way.
Oh, did you?
We'll get another one.
Yeah,
we got the ones where it's not square anymore.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get another one. I always wash my stuff with Tide Pods, and apparently one of my Tide Pods went into the pocket of the hoodie.
Damn.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and so it's like
I always get like the completely
the
neutral, like no scent whatever ones.
Mine's my hoodie's white, and so it kind of ruined it. I'll show you it here in a
minute. Oh, bummer.
Yeah. It's like, but yeah.
At least you weren't eating the Tide Pods.
I feel like none of this stuff is going to stay in the podcast, so we could talk about this afterwards.
This time I graduated. I didn't buy pods, and I went back to liquid. I was like, I'll be a big boy.
I enjoy the
pods. And
I'll
measure the liquid.
There's so much. I've never measured the liquid.
Because I looked at the price per ounce, and it was like
probably way more.
Third of the cost to just pour out the liquid into the little lid.
Yeah, I'm too lazy for that. I have nothing. Kev Dog?
Wait, I was going to mention there's merchandise, but there's also Patreon. This revolutionary new way that you can pay the creators. And I'll bet a lot of the people that we've worked with before who do podcasts or that we've traded ads with or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We have some friends like that, don't we?
Yeah, we probably follow 4 or 5 podcasts that also support us on Patreon. So like Nature versus Narcissism, Killer Jobs, Murder and Such. I'm going to apologize. There's like 3 newer ones that signed up too. I can't remember who they are. But Yeah,
absolutely.
I support every time a podcast follows us on there and donates money, then I donate that much right back to them just to support.
Absolutely. So, also check those guys out on Patreon, but do check us out if you enjoy the podcast. And even with $1 a month, we will send you so much love back. We'll give you a mention on the podcast for the $5 level.
Yes.
So the $1 level's not quite good enough for a mention, but you do get stickers and all kinds of cool shit.
Yeah.
And we should, I don't know. There'll be more things coming. We'll make a website soon. And there'll be cool stuff on there.
And I do want to apologize. I know on Patreon we haven't put as many bonus episodes up lately. I am in the middle of, I have one I just finished editing. It'll probably be up tomorrow, so before you hear this. But there's been a lot of stuff going on the last couple weeks, so we've just been extremely busy, so I apologize. But we'll have one going up, and then we might have a little bonus thing we might be recording soon that'll be going up too, so look forward to that. And yeah, I just want to say special thanks to everyone that has left us a review. That really means a lot to us. If you enjoy the show and you want to support us freely, you can always just leave us a 5-star review and then share it with your friends. Share the show with your friends. That really helps us out a lot. And yeah, thank you to everyone that signed up to us on Patreon, that's ordered merchandise, and everyone that's sent me messages. I always look forward to getting messages from people, even when it's just like, hey, just wanted to say hello, enjoy the show. Like, I love that. That's super cool. So thank you for that. Toof?
Yo, what's up?
You want to hit us with some words of wisdom, brother?
So, short and sweet, right?
However you want it, man.
What's a butt doctor? Is that a proctologist?
Yes.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, Andrew was recently training to be a proctologist assistant, and he's trying to open up his own ass shop, or whatever you want to call those places, ass clinic. But he also wants to start a band. So crazy enough, he did get that guy from Slipknot to join. No, not the fucking stupid ass worthless clown drummer. The other worthless clown guy.
Oh yes.
That way, when Andrew performs his proctology, was that what that's actually called?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. When Andrew performs his proctology on you, the guy can sing. I'm looking at you through the ass. Don't know how much gas has passed.
Hell yeah.
That's all the lyrics I came up with, but I'm just going to continue singing, and maybe I can come up with something.
Okay.
All I know is that it feels like a boner, but no one ever tells you that this boner tastes so good. Stick it in my mouth, now I got sued.
Wow. That's amazing.
That's all I got.
Hell yeah.
That's the words of wisdom.
They're great.
Hell yes. Thank you, Jeremiah. I feel so much more wiser now.
You should.
Dude, honestly,
I hope you guys learned something out there.
It's weird. Let me check my mail just now. Oh yeah, I have a master's degree now, so that was pretty cool.
But let me check the P.O. box. Yeah, anthrax.
That was
Wait,
something
Tim,
different.
you have a master's?
Oh. Fuck yeah.
Sorry, you boys want to shut her down?
Think so.
Please.
Alrighty, thank you everyone for listening. Be good.
Stay safe.
Laughed at our stuff.
Hashtag Wildman.
Hashtag Wildman.
Congratulations, Mark.
Fuck yeah. Hashtag our boy Mark just had his baby, so hell yes. Congratulations to Mark and Chelsea. Hashtag thank you, Mark.
Hashtag thank you,
Keep
Mark.
that dingo away from him.
Holy shit, man.
Oh,
Nice.
fuck yeah.
Daniel will do that.
Hashtag Mark's kid is not a Blump kid.
Definitely not.
Yes.
I mean, we're always recruiting.
Yeah.
If you
we'll
don't
wait till
want him,
Andrew has a kid.
Hey, Mark, if you don't want him, dude, we'll take him.
Dude, I think if Andrew has a kid, fucking Violent J will kick Shaggy out because he's got his new member.
Well, then he'll
God,
be like, my little kid looks just like Shaggy, and his little kid looks just like Andrew.
Alrighty. Anything before I stop recording?
Fucking magnets, how do they work?
Oh, fuck yeah. That was good shit.
All right.
All right.
Hashtag wild woman. Will she win the case?
Oh, fuck
Oh,
yeah.
no, I missed that. That was good shit. Well, it'll be on your Audacity file.
All right, man. Have fun.
Hey, what up, y'all? This song right here, it's about a girl named Lucky. Early morning, now she wakes up with a knocking on heaven's door. Hey, yeah, fucking knocking on heaven's door.
Let's say you just bought a house. Bad news is, you're one step closer to becoming your parents. You'll proudly mow the lawn, ask if anybody noticed you mowed the lawn, tell people to stay off the lawn, compare it to your neighbor's lawn, and complain about having to mow the lawn again. Good news is, it's easy to bundle home and auto through Progressive and save on your car insurance, which, of course, will go right into the lawn. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Discount not available in all states or situations.
The internet has changed, so should the way you bank. PNC Virtual Wallet for digital banking. It's time for a change. Now through July 10th, earn up to $300 when you open and use a select new virtual wallet product. Simply establish a qualifying direct deposit and make 10 purchases with a PNC Visa debit card. To learn more, visit the PNC Tower City branch or pnc.com/checking offer. PNC Bank. Make today the day. Visa is a registered trademark of Visa International Service Association and is used under license. PNC Bank National Association member FDIC.